Hello, good evening and welcome. It is 8 o'clock on Tuesday night. I hope you're having a good day. My name is Paul and I use hypnosis, happiness and hijinks to help people overcome life's issues and to get them back to enjoying their lives. Tonight I want to talk about spoons. No, not spooning. That's something you do in private and not live on Facebook. That's going to come in a second. First thing I want to talk about is I've talked about my business partner, my friend Amanda Jolly. Lots of times I've mentioned that we work together, we do lots of projects together, and she shares all my stuff, everything, yeah. But I've been quite remiss and not sort of mentioned her page and what she does. So Amanda runs a page called Jolly Vibes Positive, and I'd love you to go there and like the page and say hello, because she's got some really good stuff there and she really opens her heart to people. I will post a link in the comments after this video is finished, but please nip over and have a look. She's absolutely brilliant. So what I want to talk about tonight is spoons. Now, not playing the spoons, not spooning, not that kind of thing. But it all came about from this lady called, it's like an Italian name, Christine Miserandino, and a friend of mine who has an illness which leads to chronic pain lots and lots of time, got to a stage where she was getting quite fed up of people saying, oh, you look great, you don't look ill, how come you're not feeling so good, you look absolutely fabulous, you're doing brilliant. And people not understanding the nature and the consequences of what having a long-term illness is all about. Because for most of us who are healthy, and I'm talking about, not having some kind of chronic, long-lasting illness, we don't have to think about, how we spend our days energy-wise. We don't have to think about, well, I can only sort of do this or that or the other, otherwise I'm going to be wiped out. We just, go along through our days doing our thing, and at the end of the day we wrap the day excuse me, we wrap the day up and get to bed and ready for the next day. Excuse me a second. But we were talking about this one day and she says to me, today is a 14 spoon day and I've already used about 6, so I've only got 8 left. And I'm going, hang on a minute, what do you mean it's a 14 spoon day and you've used up 6? Well, what a lot of people have to do when they're suffering with an illness that depletes their energy and gives all the other sort of complications in life is they have to do what you and I don't have to do. They have to manage their day. And one way of sort of trying to express that, because a lot of people, we don't get it without some kind of metaphor, some kind of symbolism, is she said to me, well, what I do is I measure my day in spoons. I went, okay, what do you mean? Well, each spoon represents an amount of energy. So I might wake up, she was telling me, and I might think, yeah, okay, today is a 20 spoon day, just for argument's sake. But what you need to realize, Paul, is that just getting up, getting dressed, putting my makeup on and having breakfast might take me 3 spoons. Can you believe that? 20 spoons in a day before she's completely wiped out, and it takes 3 spoons worth of effort and energy and life force, yeah, just to get out of bed and get dressed and have breakfast. I mean, do any of you ever have to think of things in that kind of way? I know I don't. I just fall out of bed and get on with stuff. But she has to live by this measurement. So, for example, let's say she had a really, really bad night, yeah? And what would have been a 20 spoon day is already down to, say, a 15 spoon day because she's lost 5 spoons of life force energy because of a bad night's sleep. So she's already started off depleted with just 15 instead of 20. Now take away those 3 that she needs to get up, get dressed, makeup on, have breakfast. The 3 spoons, remember, which happens every single day. She's now down to 12 spoons for the rest of the day, and she's barely started a day. So now she has to manage how she can get through the rest of the day. So what she might have to do is look at and say, well, I was going to do this afternoon, I was going to do that tonight. Well, that was a 5 spooner and that was a 7 spooner, that's 12 spoons, so that's the day gone. just doing those two things. So one of those has got to give. So what I might do today is the 7-spooner. I'm going to have to, you know, ring those people up or not do that thing that was going to cost me 7 spoons. Yeah, it might have been going out and having dinner with friends and then taking the dog for a walk when they got back, or it could have been you know, cooking dinner for friends, or taking, I don't know, it depends. It was an amount of energy that would be used equivalent to 7 spoons. Yeah, so to do that, the reason why she does that is because she wants to get through the day. And if she wanted to do both the 5-spoon and the 7-spoon with only 12 left, yeah, that means she'd have to like sit around all day, you know, looking really, really tired and out of it and just not able to do anything. So, you know, just how would that affect your life? If you had a limited amount of energy for the day, just imagine, you know, you're getting up and it's 6 o'clock, you've got to go to work, you've got to feed the kids, you've got to take the dog for a walk, you've got to drop the car in for servicing, you've got to come back, come do dinner and all that kind of thing, yeah? For most of us, we can get on with it. Yeah, okay, at the end of the day we might be knackered and go to bed a bit earlier, but for somebody like my friend, that's got to be really carefully managed. And for example, taking the car for servicing and then getting the bus home or walking home might have been a 5-spooner, yeah? Which means that if we're already depleted spoon-wise, that has got to go, or the rest of the day has to be very, very carefully managed. And when I'm talking about there's no energy left, I mean literally that my friend has to just crash and that's it. Just physically can't do anything. So we're pushing this sort of back and forth and talking about things, and it got me to thinking that, well, yeah, okay, I can understand if you've got a chronic, you know, illness that gives you lifetime of pain, or, you know, something like Marfan's or MS or any of those kind of things, yeah, where you're going to have to manage your. But what about mental issues? What about if you suffer from depression? Are you sick of telling people what depression is and how it works, how it can deplete your day? Well, maybe, I was thinking, you could think about putting your day into spoons. So let's say going to work, out of your 20 spoons a day, takes 15, because it takes that much of your energy, life force to get up, get dressed, commute to work, do your day's work, and be a normal human being without the depression kind of thing, or to have to suppress the depression, or whatever you do to get through the day. Maybe that's a really good way of explaining to your friends that that's how you get through the day. Because again, a lot of people don't understand what depression is. Many of us have probably been through it at some stage, but a lot of people just have no clue what depression is and how it impacts on your life. Especially if you're at a stage where you're still coping and managing to get through life, but it is a struggle. Imagine that you have an issue with confidence. Maybe you're really shy, maybe you've got some self-esteem issues. So you could say to your friends, well, look, today is a 20-spoon day, but we're going out tonight for this work do, and that's going to cost me like 15 spoons, because it's going to take all that sort of energy for you to be in this crowd of people and be the smiley person that people are expecting, when all you want to do is sort of shrivel up into a ball and run home. So if you've got a friend who has an illness that you can't necessarily see, but is draining them physically, yeah, try and understand it from a different perspective, yeah. Try and understand it. Just because they look okay doesn't mean that they are okay. And perhaps what would be really helpful for your friend and for you is to say, I was listening to this idiot Paul the other night, and he was talking about illnesses and spoons and energy and stuff. Could we actually sit down for half an hour over a coffee and just talk about how you get through your day, just so that I have a better understanding and I don't, you know, not say the wrong thing, but get on your nerves by asking, you know, you, or saying something stupid like, you look great, and how, you know. I think if you have that conversation with someone that you know who has some kind of illness that does deplete their life force every single day, I think you would benefit from it, and your friend would certainly benefit from the fact that you are taking the time to understand and to stop saying to them, you don't look ill. Because one thing that really winds people up sometimes, you say to them, you don't look ill, when they've just used up 2/3 of their day's energy just getting out of bed and getting to lunchtime. It's a different view, it's a different perspective. A lot of people have to live through this day in, day out, 24/7, 365, yeah? Most of us have no clue. Most of us might wake up with a headache, so we take a couple of Panadol, and after an hour we're fine, yeah? But for people living with things like MS and Marfan Syndrome and other kinds of illnesses of a similar ilk, yeah, we don't see what they're going through. We don't see the effort it's taken them just to meet you for coffee. We don't see the effort it's taken them just to get into the office and sit there and do whatever work they've got to do. We don't see them meeting you for dinner, and the fact that they may have used 2/3 and actually saved up a whole third of their day's energy just to spend a couple of hours with you. I mean, how much more appreciated would your friend feel if you actually went, bloody hell, you've actually saved, 5 out of your 15 spoons today just to be with me. I'm so grateful you've done that. I'm so grateful that you think that I'm so important that you can save that amount of energy, put that to one side just to spend the time with me. I think that would blow their minds. If you had said that to someone that's got MS or Marfan's or whatever, yeah, and that you express to them your understanding of their situation, I think your friendship just went up, the next level, because you're taking the time to understand. You're taking the time to learn about them and how they get through their day, rather than just making these blasé, sometimes quite insulting comments. Oh, you don't look ill. Yeah, that really hurts some people. It really, really does. If it doesn't hurt them, it just pisses them off something rotten. So you could do yourself a favour, and you could do other people a favour by just thinking about this spoon theory. I'll actually post the link again below this video when it's actually done its thing. Yeah. So I think, am I up? Yeah, time's up. Thursday, watch out for Thursday. I've got an interview with a fabulous person. Not sure whether it's going to be on my page or her page, but I'll double check that and I'll let you know. My name is Paul. I use hypnosis, happiness and hijinks to help people get through life's situations and other kind of problems and bring back the fun in their lives. If you need help, drop a comment here or send me a PM. I'm around most of the day and night actually, so I'm happy to have a chat with you or set up a time to call. If you know someone that would benefit from listening to me go on about various things, tag them in a post or send them a link to the post in a PM. And don't forget, please go to Jolly Vibes Positivity, my business partner Amanda's page. It's absolutely a wonderful page. And again, I'll post a link down below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow, Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Have a wonderful evening. See you soon. Bye.